Yeah, welcome everyone to Kintshoes, to another episode of Kintshoes. Today we're going to be learning on Chelsea boots, how to join the lining with the upper. So of course, firstly, for the first thing you need to do is to, like we all know, you have to trace out your patterns. Start tracing it out, you cut it out. And after cutting it out, what I like to do is, which is not compulsory, I skive the edges where I'm going to stitch just the edge where I know I'm going to stitch so that it will go smooth on my machine. It won't give me issues on my machine. So I skive the edges and before I stitch. So that's it for me. And next thing, of course, you please put your gum at um, the places you need to put them. Then you apply you add your elastic to it. So that's what we're going to do. So we are preparing the upper in this place. That's what I'm doing. So I'm preparing the upper. So you apply gum on the elastic, then apply gum on the leather as well. Then when it's dry, glue the two together, the upper to the elastic. So that's it. That's how it will look like after you've added put the elastic glue the elastic to it. See, that's how it will look like. Then I stitch the that's the lining. This is lining. So I stitch the edges, just the edge. You do both for the lining and the upper. So you just stitch the edge. You stitch them together. Well, making a Chelsea boot, it's more convenient for you to make a Chelsea boot with a post bed machine. It's more convenient. It's more easy. You will see why I said so in a short while. But if you have a flatbed like I do, I have a flatbed. It's a flatbed that I use. So and I make a lot of Chelsea boots, a lot of boots with. So you just have to know how you just tweak the design to suit you, to suit your machine. But if it's a post bed you have, voila, man, that's it's easier, way easier. So now that we've stitched the upper, we've stitched the lining. Of course, now I'm applying the back counter. So back counter. So that's that. Like I was saying, it's more advisable. It's easier because it's easier and it's easier to use a post bed rather than using a flatbed to make a boot. Either use a post bed or you can use this cylinder arm for it to. They are way more convenient than using a post bed. I be sorry, excuse me. They are way more convenient than using a flatbed. So after stitching down our um, back counter, so first thing back our back counter, we hammer it down. I like to hammer that portion of that portion, that little bulge at the edge, I like to hammer it down so that I like my shoes to just have a smooth, no bulge at all, no bulge, just smooth. That's why I skive. After skiving, I I open them. So you can actually cut it off if you don't want to cut it off. But I like to open it. So when I open, I hammer it down so that everything will just look like a smooth, continuous, like a piece of leather. It won't look as though you would join it at all at any point in time. So just take a hammer and hammer it down very well so that there won't be any form of bulge or anything. So you can see it just looks smooth. So after doing this, apply my gum to both the upper and the lining. Of course, you don't apply your gum because you are not gluing your leather to the elastic. That's why I'm omitting that portion, that part. I'm omitting the elastic. Of course, I'm not gluing my lining to the leather grab. So just put gum at where it's needed. Then at the bottom, there are two ways you can go about it. The bottom, you can either leave it, then while after lasting or during lasting, I mean, you can add this portion. You can add your back stay. But I prefer putting my back stay. So when I'm lasting, I just last once. But you can either leave it, then when lasting, you open that portion up, put your back stay and close it back like I'm doing here. So that's why I didn't apply gum to that section. That section is for the back stay. So, but you can actually put your back stay now and just last once. The choice is just. But majority of the time I put my back stay. Like I later changed my mind. That's why I put my back stay here before. So I did this one, just the last in once. That's the back stay already. That stuff that looks like white. So that's the back stay. So after putting gum on both surface, the lead and the upper and the lining, we glue the two together. So you just place it very, very carefully such that everything will go smooth. Make sure there's no rough at anywhere. Make sure it's a smooth. So just use your hand to smoothen everywhere. Then you can actually use a mallet to just hammer it down just to make sure that everywhere is smooth. After doing this, you stitch it down. So after stitching down both the upper and the lining, you can then cut out the excess lining. While making boots, I like to have excess lining, so there's no shortage at any point. So I like to have excess. So I then trim the excess off. It's better you have excess than it being short. So I always have excess lining. After that, stitching it down, you can cut out the excess lining. So now we'll cut out the excess. make sure your cutting is very very neat, especially when you are cutting the top of the chassis, because it's going to be showing. So you don't want to make a mistake, and you want to cut it as neat as possible so that it will come out clean, so that you're able to come out clean. So make sure your scissors is very very sharp and cut. Yeah, this particular place I'm cutting right now, make sure you cut it very neatly, because it's going to be showing on your boots. So cut it very very neatly. Then now, after cutting that down, see why I said you don't put some gum on the elastic. Then we now cut out the lining that's covering the elastic like this. So cut it out, cut it round. Make sure you don't cut it from the beginning. So just leave a little bit, like maybe 2 centimeters before you start cutting. The reason is because if you cut the entire thing off while lasting, there's tendency for you to, you are going to be pulling when lasting. So if you cut out that portion out and you don't leave a little bit of strap, but it's still being joined, it's going to stretch. You are pulling, so it's going to stretch. So to give your boot one funny look, so it's stretched like this, so to give it a very funny look. So it's better you leave it, just leave that little strap. Then when you are done lasting, you can just easily just put your scissors inside it and cut out. So here again, you have to skive the edges here, because you are going to be putting the other part of the shoe to it. So you just skive the edges, then we add the other part. So like this. Then apply gum. So you apply gums to the other part of the shoe. Then you glue the two together. So carefully add the other parts. So like this, just follow exactly the way I'm doing it. So you can see that we are almost done. So we're almost done. Now we're going to put gum all through to this section. So make sure you leave at least space for you to be able to apply your front stay, and also don't put gum in the entire thing. Just put gum till like exactly where I stop. Same with the lining too. You do the same thing with the lining. Apply gum the same way for the lining. So like I said earlier, make sure you have you cut out Essex for your line. Don't cut it out exactly the way your upper is. Make sure your line is way big. Then now you just notch the edges.
APB.
So now fold it into two, then place your lining with your upper. So just like that, just carefully, and make sure it's properly laid inside. There's no squeeze or anything, because if there's squeeze there, it's going to come out in your it's going to show on your upper. You see there's going to be squeeze around that instep area, so make sure that everything is flat and smooth. And now that we've done this, next thing is to now, because we are using a flat bed, you have to take turn it around, turn it around so that we can stitch. It's because the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm using a flat bed, but for those using a post bed or a cylinder arm, you can just easily stitch. So now you stitch across. Now, one thing about shoemaking is I know shoemaking could be, so now after doing this, after stitching, just cut out the excess. Cut out the excess carefully and neatly. One thing about shoemaking is shoemaking can be can take quite some can be energetic sometimes. So I think it's wise for you to just do the right thing. Take your time to do every step, and make sure every step is very, very, very neat, because it's everything that constitutes a good shoe. Your stitching, your cutting, every single thing is what makes up a good shoe. So try as much as possible to take your time on each step. Don't rush. When you are cutting, make sure you cut very neatly. When you are stitching, stitch very neatly. When you are last neatly. It's everything that constitutes a clean shoe. So now we have it. So the next thing for us to do now is just to simply last, and voila. So that's how you join your upper to your lining. If you have any question, make sure you leave a comment down below. Any observation, any remark, leave it down in the comment section. I'll attend to everything. Make sure you like the video, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.